Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. So, today is a full day of eating, training day edition. So I'm going to take you through every single meal. I'm going to work out from MyFitnessPal the calories in those meals, the macros in those meals, and I'm going to display it all for you. Obviously this diet at the minute sees me holding around about 300 pounds, give or take. So, we're going to get stuck straight into it. Meal number one. Enjoy the video. Guys, okay, so meal one, as you can see, I made up my shake. What's in the shake? The shake has 50 grams of frozen spinach, 100 grams of frozen blueberries, 50 grams of frozen strawberries, and 50 grams of frozen raspberries. A bit of a tongue twister there. I also have 20 grams of raw ginger in there, 10 grams of glutamine powder, 10 grams of collagen, and 30 grams of velocity. So a very good, well, it's beautiful at the minute as well because it's hot. But like a nice cold, thick shake, plenty of vitamins, plenty of micronutrients, protein in there, and then obviously we come on to the main event, which is my tomato ketchup with an omelette. So 100 grams of beef mince, 4 whole eggs, 2 slices of sourdough. Obviously I've got my salt on there as well and my tomato ketchup, and I'll wash that down with a cup of coffee and plenty of water. So this comes, the time now is about 7:30, so I get up at 6. I've been in to the garage, we've done my cardio. When I wake up, I make sure I hydrate first of all, so 500 ml of water there, another 500 ml of Hydromax while I train, come in, get breakfast ready, eat this in about 5 minutes, and then I'll go upstairs and get stuck into work. So yeah, nice and simple. I'm going to try and keep today fairly brief, just show you what I'm having, and a little bit of talking along the way, but I'm a very hungry man, so I'm going to get stuck into this right now. Right guys, back at the dinner table, meal number 2. The time is 10:45, so I like to get a good work block done, and today I'm training after 2 meals. So this is my pre-workout meal. So we have 100 grams of oats, 50 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of raisins, and 20 grams of dark chocolate with 70 grams of velocity. This for me is such a good pre-workout meal. Look at that. You will see it mixing in the dark chocolate. So just in terms of how it sits, how it tastes, the kind of macros in it, I absolutely love this one. Yeah, arguably my favourite meal of the day. So I'm going to absolutely enjoy it. Sets me up nicely for training, digests really well. I'll probably start training about 12, so about an hour and 15 minutes after this, or from now anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say. Really good first work block of client check-ins, so I will train, then get back to any kind of messages that come through there. And that is very much that. Simple to prepare. With this one, what I tend to do is after breakfast, I put it all together, mix in the water, mix it all together, and then just leave it, and it kind of sets really nice, and I'll just heat it up in the microwave. Just becomes a lot stodgier that way, which I like. So I'm going to enjoy this because I'm salivating, and I will see you after training. It's legs today, so I'll be a bit of a mess, but we'll make it work. And just to give you guys an idea of the texture, that's what we're looking at. Stodge City. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm just about to head off to the gym, but before I do, while it's not exactly a full day of eating, kind of, because there's no calories in it, for those who are interested about what I have kind of pre-workout, I keep it super simple now. Since I've retired, I've really just stripped back with kind of certain supplements, just because while I know that they work, for the percentage that they offer, I'm not operating all round at that level, that I just don't think it's kind of worth the extra faff or expense really. So nice and simple, pre-workout shake. I've got a serving of Max and I've got 10 grams of Max. So super simple, got your stimulants in there. I do like stimulants, I do respond well, consistently well. And I know that 30 minutes after having that, I have a level of focus and energy that really sees me well through the training session. And then in my intra-workout couldn't be any simpler. It is 20 grams of Hydromax and about 1.5 litres of water. Hydration, that's all I really care about. And that sees me through. So yeah, that's it. Post-workout, you'll see when we get home. Just get home, have a solid meal, and then there's 2 more meals of the day to have after that. Right, so back from the gym, post-workout meal time. Super simple. I cooked this before the gym in the microwave, 10 minutes. We have 250 grams of sweet potato. I cooked this yesterday, white fish, 250 grams. I cook that in batches. I am all about convenience, I'm not that bothered. And then we have some rice in the rice cooker. It'll be about 75 grams of rice there, along with a banana. So this is gonna go in the microwave real quick, and then I'll serve up the rice, and then I will tuck in. Big leg session, very successful, very hungry, time to eat. So while that is in the microwave, if you haven't got one of these and you're a bodybuilder, I highly recommend it. My lovely partner Vet and the doggies got me this. So rice cooker, just Amazon it. There's nothing special about this one, but I've got 3 meals worth there, perfectly cooked rice. Stays warm all day, super convenient, super easy. So this is what the meal looks like. Just one pile of slop. Sweet potato, rice, fish, everything you need. Really enjoying the sweet potato. It's I was having cream of rice alongside this meal, but I switched up for sweet potato. A little bit more to it from a vitamin standpoint. Yeah, just a nice quality whole food. So I'll have that. I've got some salt and some Nando sauce on there. I've got my banana, and that will wrap up my post-workout meal. One thing I do find with this, since adding the sweet potato, maybe because it digests a little bit slower than the cream of rice, is I was finding that if I left it more than 2 hours between meals, this meal and the next meal, I'd go hypo. I'm not taking any exogenous insulin at the minute, so that was something to observe. And since doing this, I definitely have a slightly longer scope to eat. I still get, very hungry, and I will get a bit wavy if I leave it too long. But I do find like my energy levels are more stable, let's just say with that. So yeah, smells good, looks like mush, looks like prison food, but it does the job. So down the hatch it goes. Right guys, I hope you are enjoying the video so far. So I thought I would just use this opportunity as a quick segment just to talk about kind of where the current diet is and why it's in this position. So my goals over the coming months, years, etc., are to downsize slowly. Mainly for my mental health, because I don't want to go hemorrhaging a load of weight and feeling small. So, the current diet setup sees my weight trending down. It also allows me a bit of freedom at the weekend where I tend to see a spike, but on average, I am tracking down. If I look back through my numbers, back at the beginning of the year, I was averaging body weight of 314 pounds. And my average as of last week was 302 pounds. So, obviously that is over half a year and only 12 pounds down, but a consistent drop. And, I don't really want to drop another 12 pounds the next half a year, if I'm perfectly honest, but it has leveled out. The second thing with my diet that I want to kind of emphasize is it is very focused around feeling good. Because I am in a slight deficit, I don't want to be hungry or tired. So the food choices are high quality, nutrient dense, plenty of fruits, plenty of veggies, healthy fats, but I don't go over the top with my fats, and a lot of whole foods that are going to keep me sustained and full so that I can feel good through the day. It also, I want to train hard. I want to be able to do a lot. I'm doing a lot of cardio. I'm training very hard in the gym. I'm constantly trying to get stronger. So although I'm in a deficit, I still believe, and I'm still proving so far, that I can get stronger in that situation. So again, the food is focused around that. And then finally, really, it's just, like I kind of touched on that last point, it's health-based. I want a diet that is going to be healthy for me, is going to have my digestion feeling good, I feel the best I ever have. And I think that's a combination of less drugs. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I think it's a combination of more cardio, a better functioning, you know, cardiovascular system, healthier lungs, healthier heart, sitting at a more comfortable body weight consistently for myself, and training as I do. But the quality of nutrition and the kind of the health benefits of that, and I think that's, you know, proved in my recent blood work that's constantly getting better. It all centralizes around that. So just a little insight into why I've set the diet out like I have, using these foods that are good for me and that I enjoy, and that I can run, you know, if I need to as well, like desperately pull body weight back. I'm just less of a pig at the weekend, and that's not to say I'm a pig at the weekend, but I'll enjoy food and I won't, you know, give too much thought about it. Whereas, you know, a year ago when I was competing, everything was fucking locked in, and, you know, I sacrificed a lot, and I enjoy food as much as the next person, but I'm proving that you can manage and you can balance everything, and still enjoy, you know, a Sunday roast. I think I've had one of them for the past 4 weeks, along with other bits and bobs. So yeah, enough waffle, let's get back to the food. Right guys, I can only apologise for the fair amount of flesh and body hair that's on display today. Back from the gym, had a shower, it is very fucking hot, and I am not the best with the heat, so topless it is. Enjoy. So meal 4 and meal 5 are very similar. We'll run through meal 4 now. Again, trying to keep my life as easy as possible. I've mentioned these guys before. I use Fresh Prep cooked chicken breast. So that's what it comes like. Well, it comes cooled, and I put it in the freezer, so that's a frozen one. And I'll get that out of the freezer, and I will then just put it in a Tupperware, and that will last pretty much, well, I don't really know entirely, but I'll use it, and I've never had an issue with it. So normally I'd weigh food out raw weight, but because this is cooked, I use the cooked weight and just stay consistent with it. So 175 grams of cooked chicken breast, a third of my rice, which is about 75 grams. I put 225 grams there in the morning, and then just divide that up through the day with 3 meals. Got some green beans on the go, cooking over there. And then we have some tomatoes and some beetroot as well for my veg. So I'm gonna get this set up. I'll have this with some walnuts and then kiwi fruit for dessert. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys at the dinner table. All right, so meal number 4, all prepped and ready. I love my big bowl. So we've got chicken, we've got rice, we've got tomatoes, green beans, and beetroot, and some Nando sauce and some salt. I do weigh my my veg only because I'm over there. The scales are there, and it just keeps me consistent. Now I'm not 100% precise with it, but it ranges between like 50 to 60 grams of each of the aforementioned veg there. And then over here, I've got 10 grams, or you can't see that, 10 grams of walnuts, 2 kiwi fruits, alongside a green tea. So that is meal number 4. Nutritious, dense, and fairly filling. Righty ho then. Dogs barking in background, brilliant, great YouTube fuel. Final meal, I've not really shown much of this because it's very similar to meal number 4, as I said before. We have the bowl, and in there we have 175 grams of cooked chicken, 75 grams of rice, we have green beans, broccoli, tomato and sauerkraut, and then some extra fat, 10 grams of olive oil, and then my Nando sauce and salt. Then over here we've got 10 grams of Brazil nuts just on top there, and then 100 grams of pineapple and 100 grams of mango. So that is it, guys. That is the full day of eating. Some supplements before bed, but again, not anything calorific. And that sees us through. I'm not even sure what the calories are for this day, but I'll jump on MyFitnessPal. I'll give you some breakdowns, and that pretty much wraps it up. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it, and if you want to see anything else, just let me know in the comments below.